Walker, Haywards Heath, Wivelsfield, Burgess Hill, Essex, Preston Park, and Brighton.
Welcome to the Art of Rest. My name is Gigi and I am your host. First, I'll talk a little bit about myself. So I am a yoga teacher and mindfulness trainer. And through my work, I've been doing a lot of kind of exploration of the idea of rest being something bigger than just sleep, right? Just the getting ready to do more things, but for rest's sake. And I've been exploring rest for about, I would say, the last year or so on a very intentional basis. And what I have been finding is that one, most people are not really even sure how to rest. I've had so many different people tell me that, I want to take a nap in the middle of the day when I have time, or I want to just take a few minutes to breathe. And it's so hard for me. And so through this, I've kind of been investigating why that is. And this series, Art of Rest, is an opportunity for us to talk about it, right? For us to start the discussion, for us to get a little information. So I do share a lot of information about the state of rest and kind of how different disciplines, including yoga and mindfulness practices, actually view rest, and also some scientific information about what is rest really used for? What is happening when we rest? What is happening when we sleep? Are we really getting restful sleep, or are we sleeping and still not really getting the rest that we need? And so we explore all of those different things, our relationship with rest, the different types of rest that are possible and needed for the human body and mind and spirit, and also kind of what is unlocked by us getting more rest, right? What is possible when we are well rested that is not possible when we're working from a space of exhaustion? So, all of those subjects are covered under the art of rest. And we kind of talk about all of these subjects in the context of art workers, of people who are not just artists, but have dedicated their life to their artwork. Um, and how, that is a practice that requires so much mindfulness and so much heart and soul. And how do we use rest and use being well rested as a tool to unlock greater creativity and greater imagination? All of those things are very so deeply tied to our rest and to our ability to sit and daydream and not be structured and not be tied to a specific schedule or whatever. I think any artist knows that, if you force yourself into creating and it's not coming from a place of inspiration from within, it's not going to be the same as if you are deeply inspired to create something. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. And hopefully, through the process, we'll learn some things. We'll be able to take some tools into our own lives and use them for our art, for our life, for our friends and family, maybe sharing it with people you know. So, yeah, I'm super excited about this. A little bit more about myself. I have, like I said, I've been teaching yoga and mindfulness for about I guess consistently for the last 2 to 3 years, but I have been practicing yoga for a decade. And through that through that practice and through teaching others that practice, I have been able to really get the opportunity to see the art of healing, right? I am focused really on the healing part of that. But what I have noticed and what I found through work with Alpha actually was that some of the work I'm doing that I'm categorizing as healing is really an art form in and of itself. So we had a festival called Oasis in the Woods. Sorry. We hosted a festival called Oasis in the Woods, and it was an art and wellness festival. And I guess in my head at the beginning, I was thinking, this is an opportunity to have art and wellness in the same space. What I don't think I was prepared for, but what actually happened was us finding the ways that the two really intertwine, and how healing is really an art form and how art is incredibly healing. And so that is what has inspired me into this space, to be even creating the art of rest, is the installation that I made, which was called the Pause Portal. Was a um, was a physical space to hold, almost like a little, I mean, portal. What better word than portal, right? It was a little portal where you would walk in one end and you would rest. Maybe you would meditate, maybe you would take a nap, but it was set up so that you can really almost ritualize rest, right? There was like kind of a centerpiece in the middle that had a lot of symbolism, but was set up so that it would be like a ceremonial space. And it was just for rest. It was whatever type of rest you wanted. And through that experience, I really found the art in healing and the art in rest, because that was not easy for so many people. So many people sat down and were antsy and had such a hard time sitting still. And I see that in my meditation classes as well. It was so difficult for them to like sit and just be for a moment. And so, finding this art form of rest and learning how we can really let ourselves relax and rest in ways that are even better than some of our sleep, um, has been an amazing journey and exploration. And I'm just excited to continue the adventure. All right. I think that's all I have. How was that? Thank you so much for joining us. All right. So if you'd like to find me online, you can first check out my website, liminalgrace.com. That's Liminal grace.com. I am also reachable on Instagram at liminal.grace, or via email, gg@liminalgrace.com. And if you would like to join us for future Art of Rest sessions, you can either go on my Instagram and you'll see a link in my bio for the Art of Rest, or you can head over to Pop-Up Research Station's website. That's popupresearchstation.com, and you'll be able to find the link to join us there.